Okay. So can you tell me your name and where you're from?
I'm Ratnesh from Madhya Pradesh.
So Madhya Pradesh, there's less TBMSG than in Maharashtra, yes?
Yes, there is no center or classes or any activity,
Okay.
TBMS activity in Madhya Pradesh.
So how is it that you came to be in contact with TBMSG?
Oh, well, Nagpur is not too far from my hometown.
Okay.
And so I heard about TBMSG through magazines and other things.
Yeah.
So I was interested in TBMSG because the way in which the order is working. The reason why I liked TBMSG, the first impression of the TBMSG was the order. The Dhammacharis and Dhammacharinis of TBMSG. So when I was reading Baba Sahab's Buddha and his Future of his Religion, here he planned to make a order. He wanted to create an order without chiva or something like that.
What does chiva mean?
Chiva means the yellow robe that was worn by monks and nuns. So
what? Ek minute. Okay. Okay. So can you tell me your name and where you're from?
I'm Ratnesh from Madhya Pradesh.
So Madhya Pradesh, there's less TBMSG than in Maharashtra, yes?
Yes, there is no center or classes or any activity, TBMS activity in Madhya Pradesh.
So how is it that you came to be in contact with TBMSG?
Oh, well, Nagpur is not too far from my hometown.
Okay.
And so I heard about TBMSG through magazines and other things.
Yeah.
So I was interested in TBMSG because the way in which the order is working. The reason why I liked TBMSG, the first impression of the TBMSG was the order.
So you said that you were impressed by Dhammacharis and Dhammacharinis because Baba Sahib talked about an order in the Buddha and the future of his religion.
Yeah. And why I liked TBMSG's order, the reason behind that is, though I was born in a Hindu family, but when I embraced Buddhism, I was so impressed by the Buddhism that I wanted to dedicate my life for Buddhism. So I wanted to become monk. So I went to different monks. But none of the monks or bhikkhus, whether traditional or the so-called Ambedkarite bhikshus, attracted me.
So why were they not attractive?
Because the way in which Buddha taught them to become a monk, they are not following those rules. And they are using their yellow robes just to impress their followers. And they are not following, they are not missionary in their work. They are not at all taking interest in propagation of Buddhism. They are only busy in rituals and...
So you wanted to become a monk, you wanted to dedicate your life to the Dhamma, but bhikkhus weren't doing that.
So wherever I come in contact with bhikshus, I found that they are lacking something. Maybe there may be a very good bhikkhus, but my reach was not up to them.
So then you read about TBMSG in magazines, and then what happened?
I read Bhante Sangarkshit's article, talk, Dr. Ambedkar's Sachi Mahanta, True Greatness of Dr. Ambedkar. I was impressed by him, the way in which he presented Baba Sahib. And I found that Sangarkshit was able to fulfill the dream of Dr. Ambedkar. I found something in him. So I was greatly impressed by him. Then I wanted to make contact with Bhante Sangarkshit. So I wrote a letter to him in UK, and I got a reply from his secretary. He gave me the names of the centers that are running in India. So I got the address of Bombay TBMSG Center, Bhim Prerna. I wrote letter to them, but I didn't got any reply. Then again I wrote them and referred that I got letter from UK.
Yeah.
So suddenly I got a reply from them, and they discussed about their activities.
Yeah.
But I was not impressed by the way in which they presented their letter. It is full of mistakes, I would say, because they tried to write that in Hindi, and maybe because of the Maharashtrian, as the man who was Maharashtrian. So I was not impressed by the way in which he presented his idea. So I made no contact. And then I came to Nagpur and I wanted to know about TBMSG. But the few local Buddhists told me very negative things about TBMSG. And they said it's not better for me to go to Nagalok or to any other community center. So I decided, okay, they may be right because they are local people and they have better knowledge. So I decided not to come and talk with, introduce with any TBMSG member. And more, it is not. I was not accessible to them because I wasn't aware of the movement.
But then something else must have happened because now you are in contact with TBMSG.
Well, when I was doing MPhil in Mahu, I was the birthplace of Dr. Ambedkar, and here we have Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Institute of Social Sciences. Here our institute organized national levels of seminar. And here we call different Buddhist activities and Ambedkarite activities to present their paper. And one of member of TBMSG, not directly TBMSG, but he is working in one of the organization of TBMSG, Jammu Trust, Mr. Priyadarsh Telan. He came to my institute. And there I got opportunity to discuss with him. And I cleared a lot of my doubt about TBMSG, Bande Sangrakshit and the movement. And his activity and himself was very effective. And he was really dedicated soldier of Ambedkar and Buddhist movement. So I was impressed by him. He became my very good friend. And my girlfriend Jeevanti also became his good friend. So he called us to Nagaloka for a conference, workshop. And here we got chance to see Nagaloka. And I was impressed by Nagaloka, the infrastructure and the cleanliness and the discipline. It was amazing for me because earlier I saw all the Buddhist temples and viharas and I found that they are very small, full of dirt, no management, nothing is proper. So I was impressed by them. And that was my beginning to TBMSG.
So you said that you did an MPhil, so can you tell me a little bit about your impression of Bhante Sangharashta's writing? Tell me what you think about some of the books he's written.
Well, I didn't read much of his work, but whenever the first article that I read was, as I said, True Greatness of Dr. Ambedkar. And here I found that Bhante's understanding of Dr. Ambedkar and the movement is different from Indian leaders. Even though Indian Ambedkarites are working for this mission, but they have their limited approach. They are focusing their attention more on political power and political development. But his different understanding, and I think his understanding of Buddhism and Ambedkarism was close to Dr. Ambedkar.
So can you tell me what that understanding is?
Understanding means he, like Dr. Ambedkar, he is emphasizing on individual. And instead of blaming others, he wanted to make oneself realize what is wrong and what is right. So in a way he is close to Buddha and he is close to Ambedkar, Babasaheb Ambedkar.
Because he's emphasizing personal transformation.
And society can be transformed through personal transformation.
And do you see that in TBMSG?
I find a lot of positive things in TBMSG. Because the way in which order is working is different from the traditional Buddhist order. It is directly going to the common people. They are running many hostels, working amongst the slum area people. And this is need of our society to work for that. Other than TBMSG, I am not criticizing other Buddhist movement, but they have their limited work. They are first thing that they lack trained people. So only a few person is going to the public, they are delivering their talk, but they are not able to teach Buddhism. There is nothing like retreats, 2 days workshop or retreats in the other sects. So this is very positive thing, because Indian people, the Ambedkarites, though they call themselves Buddhist, but they are not accessible to the Buddhism. The only source for them to understand Buddhism is some book, a few books. And you know, Indian people are not taking much interest in reading books.
So you're saying that TBMSG trains people? Trains people in what?
Trains people in Buddhism as well as in Ambedkarism for to create social awareness and all. And some Dhammacharis like Venerable Subhuti, he's directly teaching about Ambedkarism, and he's focusing on the problems of our country, like caste and other things.
So can you tell me about your impressions about Subhuti?
Well, I am impressed very much by Subhuti. He is a very good orator, but he is not only orator, he is a very good practitioner. He has deep understanding of Buddhism as well as Ambedkarism. For him, I think, he has a deep respect for Baba Sahib. For him, Baba Sahib is not different from any Buddhist leader or any great leader. And his teaching and his style of presenting Baba Sahib's view is very impressive and emotional.
So you said you thought he was a very deep practitioner. How can you tell?
Well, he's also my good friend. And I'm able to know him by my personal relation, through my personal relation. And I found that he has it's very difficult to describe him, but I think he has a lot of power. Power, I am not using power in terms of any supernatural or superstitious form. Power means he has ability to understand, and his mind is open to all, and he has a very deep understanding. He can. It's easy to share our emotion with him without telling, without oral communication. So it's very easy to make a mind-to-mind contact with him.
Very good. And okay, come on, let's leave it for today. Okay, thank you, Ratnesh.
Thank you very much.
Satya.